People, they can now visit the St. Francis Missal at the Walters Art Museum. It is the first time the manuscripts and relics have been on display in 40 years.
Joining us now to tell us more about it, Lindley Herbert. She's the curator of rare books and manuscripts. Morning, Lindley. How you doing? What's going on?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so this is a big deal. Somebody may say, well, it's been on display, albeit, 40 years ago. But this is a very big deal that it's in the collection. Talk about it.
Yes, so this manuscript is believed by millions worldwide to be a relic of touch by St. Francis of Assisi. And the reason for this is that according to his accounts in 1208, he and some of his friends were up all night trying to figure out what God's mission was for them in their lives. They were wealthy and they were trying to sort of change their lives. And so when they couldn't figure out by morning what they wanted to do with their path, they decided to ask God. And so they went around the corner to the Church of San Niccolo in Assisi, and they walked up to the book on the altar, and they opened it 3 times, once for each of the Trinity, and sort of randomly chose passages as they opened the page. And each time they opened the book, it said, "Give up your earthly goods and follow me." And he turned to his companions and he said, "This is our way." And so this was a foundational moment for the Franciscans and what sort of set them on their path toward God. And this is believed to be the very book that Francis opened that day in 1208, over 800 years ago. And according to both the accounts and also inscriptions in the book, it looks like this actually is the book. It dates from the right time and from the right place.
Is it open to the page?
It's open to one of the 3 passages that he consulted that day. And then halfway through the exhibition, we're going to turn the page to one of the other passages as well.
Cool.
Now, why did it take 40 years for it to be put on display?
So this is the first exhibition dedicated to this manuscript in 40 years. It has been on display a few times in between, but not as the focal point of the exhibition. But it has been in very fragile condition and needed a lot of conservation. So for a long time, we have not been able to open the book at all. So it just went through a 2-year conservation process to restore it.
That'd be its own unique story. I mean, we're talking centuries old paper. Just imagine newspaper you got sitting in your house from, 4 weeks ago.
Right.
Well, fortunately, this is animal parchment, so it's stronger because it's animal skin, and that's the only reason that an 800-year-old book could survive like this.
Cool.
Wow.
Hey, listen, we'll be checking back with you here shortly. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.